So listen, I'm gonna make this quick because academics has been streaming for 7 hours. Things are developing. So Rick Ross came out and dissed Drake, but before we get to that, Drake actually dropped a diss today. Or did he? It actually leaked, air quote leaked. Now, when I first heard it, I thought it was AI because I do music, I know music, and the first version that I'm gonna play sound like it had a time stretch on the vocal. You might not know what that sounds like. Some of you may, but the other one, the dropped, it sounds very real. I haven't seen anyone from the OVO camp really talk or confirm anything. The closest I've seen to that is Mac Main saying something. Outside of that, from what I've seen, it's been pretty silent. So nobody has confirmed if this is official. Nobody has put this shit out or anything like that. This cat act has been on stream for like so many hours and stuff like that and just playing it. But everybody is convinced that it's real because the second one sounds real. So I'll play a little bit of the first, then a little bit of the second, probably enough to not get a strike. But you can't find the real one on YouTube. You can only find it on Twitter. I guess they are taking it down. I don't know. Can't really find it. Even when you search Drake diss, all the filter options went away. I can't filter anything when you search Drake diss on my phone at least. So listen to these. I could never be nobody number one fan. Your first number one, I had to put it in your hand. I could never be nobody number one fan. Your first number one, I had to put it in your hand. So with that, we running with it. Now, this is the thing about the diss, in my opinion. You know, I couldn't have the reaction that regular fans have because of two reasons. Number one, I heard that first version first, and I have an ear for this shit, and I knew something was off. So I couldn't really accept it as what it was probably like what you guys thought it was. I couldn't accept it like most people could. The second thing is, and I listened to the whole thing, and the second one has all the same lyrics, so it's not gonna hit different hearing the same lyrics, because the lyrics are the core of a diss. Now, this is the other thing. Even when I listened to it, Joe Budden said himself that this was supposed to be nuclear. He said it was going to be nuclear. He said niggas had something nuclear. This just was not nuclear. Here's him saying earlier this week that they stepped in and out of the booth and they got some nuclear stuff.
But I think that the insiders know, actually, I have it on good information. I have it on good information that both sides went in the booth and came out. They're ready. And what I'm hearing about both sides is that it's nuclear.
So that was him saying that it's nuclear, but when he got on the phone with academics, he's convinced himself that this just a Drake drop is not the nuclear drop. Listen.
Man. When Dot comes, oh my God, this is about to be crazy. Yo, when Dot come act, I know you picked a side already. But when Dot come, I'm telling you, I'm not saying nothing about Drake because I got to go to work next week, and that was a jab, so I'm not going to judge it. That was a jab. I told you yesterday. Yo, don't I be right? I told you yesterday when you was talking that OVO shit, I said, if Drake really want Dot to come out, then you got to get him out.
So I know you guys aren't me and you don't have the expectations that I had because for the most part, everybody accepted the diss as soon as it dropped and everybody thought it was fire as soon as it dropped. Nobody, well, I'm not going to say nobody. Most people didn't think there was anything skeptical about it. And most people were satisfied with what happened lyrically. As far as me, that's what really messed up my perception. And I learned a long time ago that you need to drop expectations to be able to accept certain people's releases for what they are. I could talk on that on another day. And I've been that way for at least 8 years. I really don't come into an album with expectations and things like that. I just hear what's happening, no matter who it is, and take it for what it is. And if I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. Expectations kind of ruin it. And with this, as far as the beef, Joe Budden hyping it up as far as saying he has something nuclear in the tank. And then the leak having two different versions and one of them sounding kind of off. It really threw my whole perception of everything off. So that's just me. I know you guys probably enjoyed it. Rick Ross just dropped his joint as well. It's crazy. We may talk about that later because I think more disses are going to drop within the next week or 2 weeks at least. That's what I think. So, be on the lookout for that. But let me know your thoughts. I'm out.